Okay. You know, my dear friend, my dear brother and sister, we have 10 commandments of our vision 2047 for a developed nation, for a superpower nation, for a transformed nation, for a self-reliant nation, and also for a peaceful nation like India. With these 10 commandments, with these 10 goals and principles, we are moving towards a golden destination of 2047 vision for a happiness and wellness of our people, of our society, and also of our family, for the benefit of mankind. My dear friend, we have 10 commandments. We are elaborating our commandments, 10 points, 10 important destinations for a great nation with the help of unity and integrity, science and technology, agriculture and industry, and health and education, along with peace and tranquility, development and management, strategy and space, energy and economy, ecology and environment, and heritage and happiness. My dear friend, as unity and integrity is very important for a great nation, for a developed nation, therefore we must work for our unity among diversity in our mindset of our nation, in the mindset of our people of India, to create an ecosystem for a united India, for integrated India, and also for a developed India. My dear friend, agriculture and industries both are very essential for our sustainable and inclusive development. The food, shelter, and clothes, along with education and health, are very important for the development and management of country like India, of society like India, and also of family like India. We must do everything for our scientific and technological revolution, like modern technology, like ancient technology, like indigenous technology of our culture and civilization, for the benefit of the society and benefit of the country. My dear friend, we must work for creating an infrastructure for education and health with PSC to All India Institute of Medical Science, with hospitals and pharmaceutical industry, with human resource in medical sector, and also we must create an infrastructure for educational environment, for knowledge-based society, from villages to cities and metro cities. We must develop schools, colleges, universities, and research and development centers to create an ecosystem of employment generation along with poverty alleviation. My dear friend, we must work for knowledge-based nation, for a developed India, for a self-reliant India, and also for a superpower India. My dear friend, peace and tranquility is most favorable destination for a developed nation like our country. The peace of mind, peace of body, peace of souls are most important for a great nation like India, and also for the great continent of Asia along with whole world. We want peace, not confrontation. We want dialogue, not confrontation. We want peace, not war. In this new political, geopolitical scenario in the world. And also, we want peace and tranquility in our society, in our nation, in the mindset of our people, of our great nation like India, with the mission and vision 2047 for a developed nation by 2047. My dear friend, the sustainable development with inclusive growth are also very essential for an ecosystem to develop the nation. We must work for planning, designing and executing our mega projects of infrastructure in transport sector like roadways, waterways, airways, railways and also e-ways to connect the people of our country, to connect states of our country, to connect the mindset of our country for a developed nation. My dear friend, we must also work for greater management, a scientific management for human resources, for water resources, and also for natural resources, for the benefit of the people of India. My dear friend, we must also create an ecosystem for mitigating the natural disaster along with man-made disaster like earthquake, cyclones, high-speed wind, wildfire, heating and cooling, and nowadays we must combat for global warming as well as global cooling, climate change, and also we must manage the pandemic like corona. We must manage the mindset of our people, of the nation, of 1.5 billion plus nation. My dear friend, with the scientific development and management, we must achieve the goal of Sustainable Development Goal promulgated by UNO after Millennium Development Goal by 2030. We must also manage our natural resource for mitigation of carbon emission by 2070. We must work for climate change, climate justice, and climate finance, along with climate mitigation, for greater productivity in our agriculture and industrial growth, for a developed nation. My dear friend, we must also create an infrastructure for space research and development, like Chandrayaan, Suryayaan, and now Gaganyaan mission, for achieving the goal of Indian Space Station, for weather forecasting, for disaster management, for early warning system, for remote sensing applications, for the benefit of the society, for the benefit of the people of India, for the benefit of the mankind. My dear friend, we must also work for a strategy sector to save our borders in Himalayan region, in coastal region, and also from the neighbors' disturbances, with internal and external disturbances. We must combat the terrorism. We must combat the national international disturbances, calamities, with our scientific and technological temperament. So a strategy sector is very important for a great nation like India. My dear friend, energy and economy are also very essential for a developed nation. When we self-reliant in energy sector, like food, fertilizer and food, fuels, like atomic energy, like nuclear energy, like hydropower energy, like wind energy, like non-conventional energy, like solar energy. We must develop infrastructure to solve the problem of energy sector with the help of science and technology, with the help of our economical strength, with the help of our United Nations, of great country like India, and also with the help of people of our nation. We must also work for economical strength. When we strengthen the ecosystem of economical growth with higher GDP like 10 to 15% per year, along with per capita income like 1 to 20 lakhs per annum per capita, with a target of $5 to $35 trillion economy to compete the developing nation in economical world. We must manage and develop our infrastructure for economical growth, for employment generation, for combating inflations, for poverty alleviation in our society, in our country, for a developed nation. My dear friend, ecology and environment are most favorable destination for a great nation. We must conserve, preserve and protect our Chitijar Pavak Gagan Samira,